Over the next few months, we will see parks start to tease and announce their plans for the 2023 season, which leads us to questions like, what parks will be adding new roller coasters? And will each Six Flags park get new capital? Or what about, how does the news about Great America affect the rest of the Cedar Fair parks? And could Worlds of Fun actually be getting a new roller coaster? Here are my 2023 predictions for every major park here in North America. Holiday World. The last time the park added a new ride to the dry park was way back in 2017, so it has been some time, and I think Zamperla Nubiles would be a great family attraction that would do great things for this amazing park. Kennywood. It's time for their next thrill ride, that's one thing for sure, and I predict we could see a new Star Flyer being added to the park, possibly in the old Bay and Curve spot. Adventureland in Iowa. What will this park add since it's now in the same chain as parks as Kennywood and Lake Compounds? Well, after recently visiting this awesome park, I think whatever they add should be a ride that goes upside down, so maybe something like a Zamperla Endeavor. Lake Compounds. One of the main goals for this park is to add new attractions before Six Flags New England, and we have seen this from the park in recent years. And with this model in place, I think we could see a new Zamperla Nubiles, though a Gerstlauer Skyfly would look sick at my favorite New England park. Knoebels. All things are pointing to the Bay and Curve making its debut. Hershey Park. Goodbye Wildcat, hello new hybrid. Will this be a GCI Titan track or RMC conversion? Be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments. Also, check out my recent video to find out all of my predictions regarding this project. That link will be in the description of this video. And speaking of predictions, they are someone's guess, and the key word there is guess. And you're predicting the future, and really no one has any idea what the future holds. With that said, will all of my predictions happen in 2023? No, of course not. I am just making my most educated guess for each park. Lagoon, the new interactive coaster that has been under construction for the last 50 years it seems, so hopefully 2023 will be the year. Elitch's Gardens. I don't think we're going to see anything come in 2023, so hopefully 2024, but I highly doubt it. Silverwood, Boulder Beach expansion, because 2016 was the last addition to the water park, so I predict that we will see a new water slide added to the park, and I would personally love to see a new Pro Slide flying saucer slide get built here at this awesome looking water park. Cottaland, of course, the new Vekoma tilt coaster, and I think we're going to see a new thrill ride of some kind, something bold, like a Gerstlauer Skyfly. Indiana Beach, I predict a year off, but getting their new Schwarzkopf coaster opened, since it probably will not open this year, and if it does, it won't be till later in the year. On top of that, I expect more TLC coming from the park. Let's roll into what the Herschend parks will be adding in 2023. Kentucky Kingdom. I think we could see a new family area open, featuring 3 or 4 new rides where the whole family can ride together. Think Dollywood's Country Fair and Silver Dollar City's Grand Expedition areas. Dollywood, a new mock multi-launch coaster, though this could be a Vekoma. I do, however, predict that this coaster is going to be a lot more thrilling than we are all thinking, and I cannot wait until the park announces this project. Silver Dollar City. The park is currently working on a very intriguing Fire in the Hole replacement, which is rumored to be a new RMC-powered roller coaster. Wild Adventures. It looks like they're going to be getting something because apparently there's already some minor clearing going on. So I'm thinking that they're finally going to RMC Cheetah. Just kidding, because clearly that roller coaster's not there anymore. Though I do think a family ride like a Black Bear Trail at Dollywood could be built at this park. How will the SeaWorld parks respond to a stellar 2020 new capital lineup? And we all know that SeaWorld Orlando is going to be building the new B&M Surf Coaster, which is going to be a new take on B&M stand-up coaster. And I think we're all scratching our heads right now wondering why. The only cool thing about this is that the train is only going to hold 2 riders per row instead of the 4, and this coaster is going to feature a launch. But in my opinion, this roller coaster doesn't really excite me. But what does excite me even more is what's coming to SeaWorld San Antonio, which looks to be a new Intamin water ride. According to parkfans.net, this attraction will become one of the most thrilling water rides in recent memory. SeaWorld San Diego, a brand new S&S Scream and Swing, I think can make its debut in 2023. And it's obvious the park definitely needs flat rides. And I also think we're going to start to see construction on the new coaster that looks like it's coming in 2024. Busch Gardens, Tampa. Finally, the park's going to open their new S&S Scream and Swing that has been sitting in the back employee parking lot for the last year or so. Busch Gardens Williamsburg is going to be opening a brand new Intamin family launch coaster that's going to be located inside of the old Curse of the Dark Castle show building. And I must say, I really do love all the new Intamin projects coming to parks here in America. As for the Disney parks and Universal parks, we already know what will be coming in 2023 simply due to how long it takes for those parks to add new attractions. And now it's time for the Six Flags parks. Six Flags Fiesta Texas. A year after Diabolical opens, I think we're going to see the capital shift to the area that this park needs the most, and that would be a new water park attraction. I would love to see a new updated 8-lane mat racer slide open along the hillside as you see in this aerial image, really adding some capacity to this water park. Six Flags America, park improvements galore, and maybe some Titan track for Roar since the Predator has done so much better with it. Speaking of Predator, Six Flags Darien Lake, and I think they're going to be getting a new thrill ride because we all know it's been too long, so I would suspect that we could see a new Zamperla Endeavor open in 2023 or maybe a Giant Discovery. Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. I did have this park getting park improvements and a new animal attraction of some kind coming in 2023. With the news that California's Great America is closing for good within the next 10 years, I think that Six Flags Discovery Kingdom will definitely be getting new capital in 2023. And that could be a small coaster, a thrill ride, or a family ride. You know Six Flags is going to want to add something here to really rub it into the locals that their park is not closing and they're getting a new ride. La Ronde, Frontier City, and The Great Escape, I could see park improvements galore. Sorry, I just don't see new capital being added to these parks in 2023. And I'm going to explain why that is here shortly. Six Flags Mexico. I predict that we could see a new Zamperla Endeavor open at the park. This new ride would be something different for the park and fit well in with the rest of the lineup of awesome flat rides that Six Flags Mexico offers. And now it's time for everyone's favorite Six Flags park, and that would be Six Flags St. Louis. And I predict that we could see an expanded kids area featuring a new kid roller coaster for the park. And that means finally Six Flags St. Louis gets a new roller coaster, but this time it's one for the kids. And here's a fun fact about Six Flags St. Louis. It does not offer a kid coaster, though it does offer two awesome family coasters, the Aero Mine Train and the Gerstlauer Spinner. But again, it's kind of ridiculous that this park does not have a kid coaster that's around 10 or 15 feet tall. Now, I do think there's an outside shot that we could get a Boss closure announcement sometime this summer. But a project like this is easily going to take over a year and a half to complete. So I do not see Boss being converted until 2024. Six Flags New England. While this park is in dire need of a launch coaster, heck, any coaster at this point, and it's clear that they have the room for it now. I could very well see a new Whitewater West mat racer come to the park on the horizon in 2023 instead. And here is why. That type of an attraction costs a lot less, and Hurricane Harbor could definitely use a new attraction, and most importantly, a new high-capacity attraction. I do think that 2024 could be the coaster year for SFNE. Six Flags Great Adventure. Nothing major, so something like a Flying Eagles ride would be great for the park. Six Flags Great America. The park desperately needs a Star Flyer, and I think 2023 could be the year for one. Possibly where the Buccaneer Battle water attraction is located, because I was just at this park, and it appears this ride will never open again. Six Flags over Georgia. Lately, we have seen the park beef up their flat ride department, which is a great move from the park. So I think we could see a new water slide tower being added to Hurricane Harbor to give this free admission water park a very high capacity attraction. Sadly, no new coaster yet, and you're going to learn my reasoning here in 30 seconds. Six Flags Magic Mountain, park improvements, and a new restaurant. I don't see much being added after Wonder Woman opens this year. I really do think corporate wants to really improve Magic Mountain in all aspects, which is great for the park. And finally, Six Flags Over Texas, which I predict Aquaman Power Wave could make its debut in 2023. Seriously, at this rate, you know there's a chance of that happening, but I really hope not. I also see park improvements coming in 2023. So you probably noticed that I did not predict any major new coasters coming to the Six Flags parks in 2023. And feel free to leave your comments saying how crazy I am for thinking this. But am I that crazy? The new CEO is all about saving money at the moment, and we have seen this a lot this year already with the cost-cutting measures being implemented at each park. And it's clear that a flat ride or a water slide costs a heck of a lot less than a new roller coaster does. So I think we will see Six Flags save as much money as they can in 2023 and really work on creating more value for the parks and improving each of them without spending big dollars on new capital. Then in 2024, I think we will start to see some new coasters being added to the parks once again. And now, it's time for the Cedar Fair parks. And first up is California's Great America. And I predict that no major rides or roller coasters will get removed in time for the 2023 season. Carowinds. If you follow the industry pretty closely, then you have a great idea as to what is coming to the park next. And this is something that I predicted would happen for years now. And all I have to say is, exciting times ahead for the place where the Carolinas come together. Now, here are some more great news for the Cedar Fair parks. According to Cedar Fair's recent earnings call, the CEO commented on new capital and noted that he is excited about plans for 2023 and 2024. He then explained that they're contracted on rides for those years, and you always have to be contracted 24 months out for a new ride. And he also said that manufacturer slots are filling up very fast, which is a great sign for a very strong industry recovery. King's Dominion. I totally see the park adding a new flat ride to the Jungle Expedition area of the park. And I predict that we could see a new Zamperla Gryphon added to the park. And I might have mispronounced that ride, but one thing for sure is it looks awesome. This unique attraction is not found at many parks and looks to provide a great thrilling ride. Coming to Michigan's Adventure in 2023, I think we're going to see more Titan Track added to Wolverine Wildcat. While this might not be a new ride for the park, this will be a home run for them simply due to how much better Wolverine Wildcat is now with the new section of Titan Track. Worlds of Fun. Finally, Worlds of Fun looks to be adding a new roller coaster in 2023. We've already seen the land clearing going on, and I predict that a new RMC single roller coaster will be debuting at the park in spring of 2023. And most importantly, this coaster will feature a custom design layout and will not be a relocation of Railblazer at California's Great America. Kings Island. This park desperately needs more flat rides, but I predict we could see a new Soak City attraction added in 2023, simply because 2016 was the last year that a new slide was added. So I predict we'll see a new Whitewater West water coaster come to the park, making this the first outdoor water coaster Cedar Fair has added to one of their parks. Canada's Wonderland, and I'm thinking a kid area retheme. I could see Planet Snoopy and Kidsville get combined into the world's largest Camp Snoopy area. Now it's time to talk about one of Cedar Fair's most underrated parks, and that would be Valley Fair. Now that we know Worlds of Fun is getting a new coaster in 2023, most likely the wait for Valley Fair is coming to an end. But first, in 2023, I think we'll see a new Zamperla Giant Discovery open at the park. traveling to Allentown, Pennsylvania for Dorney Park. And it's been rumored for a while now that the park is planning a new wooden roller coaster. Now, even if there's no land clearing going on, the area that is highlighted is already primed for construction. The only question is, will this be a Gravity Group shuttle coaster or something else? Because we know that Possessed is not going anywhere. Who knows, but exciting times ahead for Dorney. Cedar Point. It's pretty much a guarantee that we're going to see a brand new food pavilion called the Grand Pavilion open along the lake. Though, with an outside chance, I do think we could possibly see a new family coaster added to the park somewhere. And this is something that Cedar Point desperately needs, in my opinion, over another thrill coaster, since there are only 2 roller coasters that kids under 48 inches can currently ride. Also, I do predict that Dragster, as we know it, will be closing forever. And if you want to hear my more in-depth thoughts on that, be sure to head to the description of this video and look for the link. And finally, Knott's Berry Farm. And I predict that in 2023, the park will debut nothing new. But the park will begin construction on their new roller coaster. And by the way, don't give your hopes up, because this project could very well be a giga still, and here is why. The only way those blueprints that were leaked aren't real is if someone has a lot of money and is an expert in designing coaster blueprints. Also, Cedar Fair specifically stated that Knott's Berry Farm currently has no plans in the near future to add a Giga or a hypercoaster to the park, according to Knott's officials. They also confirmed that the Giga/hypercoaster plans that have been circulating online did not come from Knott's or Cedar Fair. So here's what I think. Cedar Fair is covering up the plans that were leaked by someone who works for the company or a third-party company in which the blueprints came from. Because if you read the article, Knott's worded their responses very cleverly, in my opinion. But again, that is my take. And besides, if this project wasn't in the works, then there wouldn't be any blueprints to be leaked. Now that you know my predictions for pretty much every major park here in America, I would love to know your predictions on some of your favorite parks, so be sure to let me know in the comments. As always, thank you so much for watching. Remember to smile today, think positive, and keep riding coasters.